Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome to another week of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Four it is,
I'm Will, hey everyone.
and Master of the Chair it is.
This is my throne. I'm hello.
Oh, I don't know how well. Yeah, that's right, kids. He's on the throne.
This chair is only used for breastfeeding and podcasting.
Hopefully not at the same time.
Wow.
No, so far no.
Well,
But the night is young. Don't tune out early. Who knows?
I was going to say, I don't know how sensitive your nipples are right now for the breastfeeding, but thank you.
If this YouTube video gets an adult rating, you know.
If you have a problem with Matt Kona's hairy breasts, tune out now. All right, so I'm trying to think what is new. Oh, did you guys watch What If episode 3?
I did. Did you watch it, Matt?
So I don't know. You said all right. So and then I heard
What
something.
No.
What If episode 3?
Oh no, I have not seen episode 2 even.
Okay,
It's a murder
I
mystery.
do want to talk to you guys about that. So we'll wait till Matt watches them both because I have thoughts and opinions.
Did you know who the murderer was at the end of episode 3? Will?
I kind of figured I didn't want it to be that because I have an affection for that character.
I mean, I eventually I figured it out. I felt bad about myself because it took me longer than I probably should have to figure out who it was. I mean, it was a decent episode. I mean, we had Coulson, we had Fury,
Mm-hmm.
animated Sam Jackson, yeah.
And Loki. We had animated Loki.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Did you guys watch the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
Have seen that, yes.
I think I've talked about this in the past. I'm
Oh, you're anti-trailer. That's right.
I'm not anti-trailer. I like to go in as ignorant as possible. So
Gotcha.
But I mean, there's been times where I've went to the movies and there's a trailer, and I'm not going to run out of the theater or something.
You should run around. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. It's evil.
Yeah. La 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 la. No, but I have not seen either the. So what I understand there was like a leaked version, and then Sony just released the regular version to kind of capitalize or.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just wonder if maybe they released it because the leak went out. So like, okay, we got to release it now because. Yeah, I don't know if they were playing it on. Yeah, because it seemed kind of sudden. But the best meme I saw this week was they're like, oh, you know who released that Spider-Man trailer, right? And it's Scarlett Johansson at a keyboard.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I mean, I've heard details, and speculation and people depicting the trailer. I have not seen it on my own. I hear it's great, and it has Easter eggs or insinuations of possible villains to come.
Well,
multiversal implications.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Spider-versal implications.
There you go.
It hints at a few things, but yes, I mean the one clear shot we do get is a digitally de-aged Alfred Molina. So, So yes, it looks like a Dr. Octopus. Yes. But no, I mean, Peter goes to Doctor Strange. He's like, hey, it might be better if everyone didn't know who I was and thinks I'm a murderer. So the minute everyone sees that, of course, that starts up the quarterly. It's Mephisto. It's Mephisto.
Yeah.
It's not happening. You can't make it happen. Stop trying to make it happen.
You know what I said on our Capes and Lunatics episode? We were talking all about it for like half the show. I said, if Mephisto does show up, I want him to break the fourth wall so hard. I just want him to swagger in the room, look right at the camera, and say, "Okay, I'm here already." But I said no. I saw no sign of Mephisto except I don't know. There's something like when he walks into the Sanctum Sanctorum, it looks like everything's like covered in snow or ice or something. I said, "Oh my God, did hell really freeze over?"
Is the Eagles playing on the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Welcome to the hotel. Daily Bugle.
Oh no, my favorite joke that I told on Capes and Lunatics, Lilith and Charlie start going on like, oh yeah, how great is the devil? That guy down in Georgia beat him, it's. And I said, no, that's not true. That's propaganda. They did not count the votes.
The lines at the polling locations were too long.
Yeah. And you couldn't give anybody any water.
Yeah.
It was the biggest crowd you've ever seen. Bigly. I'm trying to think what else is. Shang-Chi comes out Friday.
Yeah, the trailer for that looks pretty good. Sorry, Matt.
No, I saw the trailer for that because they played it before Free Guy when I went to see it. So
Ooh.
I agree. It does look pretty good.
Free Guy looks pretty good.
It's fun. It's a good time.
I heard it's good.
Yeah.
Green Lantern. I got my Green Lantern 5 in, so I am now caught up on the Green Lantern series.
So I bought mine. I have not read it yet. I want to say, didn't you tell me not to read 4 until Emerald Twilight? Is that what I'm hung up on?
No,
I forget.
The end of
The end of
Mosaic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So
And it's not really.
It's
It's kind of spoilery, but not too spoilery. So
okay. All right.
kind of hints at stuff though.
Yeah.
yeah.
About the ending of Mosaic. Hold on, I'm pulling up the schedule because you're in luck, Matt Conan. Next week is Mosaic, so read that, then you can read your number 5.
All right. Okay. 4.
And speaking of the schedule, this is the last gasp of mediocre Hal for a decade of comics. 46 and 47.
That's right.
We get 48.
I was gonna say we get a quick glimpse of him next week, but yeah. Besides him showing up at the end of Mosaic, this is the last we get of Hal before Emerald Twilight in 3 weeks.
And then it's Parallax. It's not Hal.
Spoilers. Spoilers for like a 27-year-old book. Come on.
2005, 6, 27-year-old book. Wow. Sometimes, thanks, Phil. I feel really old right now.
I think we all feel old, except for Matt Kona.
No, I feel ancient.
He's tired.
Kids don't make you feel young. They make you feel.
Oh, you've already learned that lesson. You're much more advanced than I was at the same point.
Yeah.
The student has become the master.
It's funny. I took her to one of the oldest taverns in the country for lunch today. Not just her, some friends. A place that George Washington used to spend some time in, the Warren Tavern in Charlestown. So I got I've been surrounded by oldness today.
Yeah, George Washington used to eat here. It's wicked awesome.
Yeah, he had the buffalo cauliflower tacos, just like me.
Just like they made in colonial times, huh?
Yeah,
Hey, does that mean it was Taco Tuesday?
I guess it was. And it's very rare that I celebrate Taco Tuesday, but I guess I did. Yeah.
It's a fine tradition going back to the colonial times, right?
Right, the Pilgrims.
I thought that went back to the Dark Ages.
The
Why do you think they invented indoor plumbing, William?
Taco Tuesday.
I think we cracked the code. All right, so
cracked the code.
Ah, that's right. At Matt Coder for that highbrow humor.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we get to some Reign of the Supermen.
Let's do this.
Wait. One more little chatterbox, vague comic book connection thing. On my first tour of the day on Sunday morning, I saw a celebrity on the street as we pulled into a red light, and I noticed him right away. But I didn't know that he had a comic book connection until I looked at his IMDb afterwards. But I saw Steven Weber from Wings and The Shining, and he has done like a ton of voice work for like Spider-Man cartoons and
Cool.
a bunch of cool stuff. But it was just perfect timing because he was just standing there in the corner, and I go, "Oh, and on the left, hey, it's Steven Weber," and he seemed very shocked to be recognized, and especially when I kept going on and on about him. But yeah, he was Captain George Stacy, and in Marvel Rising Initiation, he was in the Avengers Assemble TV series as Beyonder, and he was in Ultimate Spider-Man from 2012 to 2017 as Norman Osborn in The Green Goblin.
Oh, pretty cool.
So that's it. I now consider him to be a close and personal friend.
Nice.
No, but it's funny though because I went to his Instagram page and he posted like a picture of a ring holder with duck feet, and I made a comment and I said, "Post duck feet, the duck tours will find you." And he said it was the hilarious highlight of his day, despite most people saying, "Who?"
And a friendship is born with those famous words. Hey, look, it's Steven Weber.
Yeah. Steven Weber over here on the left side. Yeah.
See, Matt Coda doesn't talk like that, but his character does.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, into the Spider-Verse. I mean, into the Green Lantern verse we go.
All right, so we will start with Green Lantern 46, Volume 3, 46, from October 1993. Spoiler alert for this title, Death City.
Gee, I wonder what happens.
I wonder. Written Gerard Jones, Mark Bright, Romeo Tangle, inker, colorist Anthony Cullen, letterer Albert de Guzman, editors Eddie Berganza and Kevin Dooley. All right, so Hal Jordan evades missiles and enters Engine City. That's right, kids, no Coast City.
No more.
He tackles Mongol as a defeated Superman and Supergirl look on. Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, Superman came back to life. He's powerless at the moment, yes, and him and his friends trying to take down Mongol and get the cyborg. That's right.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Carol Ferris calls Dinah Lance and then drives to Coast City, only to find that it has been utterly destroyed and replaced by Engine City. Think this thing's important, kids? Keeps coming up.
Engine City. It seems important.
Built this city. Hal continues his fight with Mongol. Mongol gains the upper hand, injuring Hal's knee and arm, taunting him as his power ring has no effect on anything yellow. Oh my god, can you imagine? Because he's wearing a suit. If Mongol just like stripped naked and be like, "Now you can't touch me at all."
No, but I can take this lamppost and beat you senseless with it.
Kick you in the chimney, boy. Hal fights the pain and uses his ring to make a suit of armor. He then hits Mongol with John Henry Iron's hammer. Hal meets up with
Wait.
What?
I have a question for Matt.
Oh boy.
Yes.
What time is it, Matt?
Ish. It's close.
Close, but no.
Wait. No. What time? Stop, Matt Coda. What time is it? Hammer time.
Hammer time.
Oh yeah, it's hammer time.
That was
And
just-
Mongol just has to pray just to make it today. That's another MC Hammer reference. I remember vaguely reading. I mean, I definitely think I read all of Revenge of the Superman as it was coming out, and I forget if I grabbed the Green Lantern issues at the time. They do seem familiar, but I remember him being there at the end. I don't remember the exact connection between Mongol and Cyborg Superman, but obviously he plays a pretty big role in the story.
Well, for those of you not familiar with Cyborg's background, yes, in a Superman story, him and three. Tell me if this story sounds familiar. Him and three of his astronaut friends go up in space. They get hit with some strange radiation and come back down with weird, their bodies changed and have like weird abilities.
Fantastic abilities.
Yes.
The four of them.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, eventually his two friends and his wife all die. He can transfer his mind into machinery where he eventually transfers his mind into Superman, the rocket that brought Superman to Earth, makes like a little tiny pod and shoots himself into space. Eventually, he encounters Mongol, and by now he's totally cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and, blaming Superman for being a disembodied consciousness. And when he finds Mongol, there's like, oh, hey, you hate Superman too, kid? Hey, me too. We should go back at,
Yeah.
Destroy the entire planet just to annoy him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Superman's dead. Well, I will make myself a cyborg version of him and, tarnish his good
Yeah.
name. Yes, well,
Yeah.
And
And why start with Coast City? I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. Well,
it seems kind of random.
again, the city is now a literal engine because Mongol lost his war world. So eventually they're going to like use that engine to drive the planet away.
Right.
Part of me feels like that them destroying Coast City wasn't really kind of a plan to use in Emerald Twilight. It was more of, a clean break for Hal to kind of start over for everything,
Maybe.
At 50 maybe, or 48 or whatever. But then they decided to use it for, the other reasons, which we'll get to.
Yeah, because it just seems weird. It's like, yeah, if you want to get rid of Hal, fine, but you got to nuke the whole city.
Yeah. And the horse you rode in on.
Oh. But yeah, parts of this, so like, there's some of the scenes in this you will kind of see the other side of from in the next issue, Superman 82. So, yeah, Hal meets up with Superboy, Supergirl, and John Henry Irons. They break through a heavy door and find Superman battling with the cyborg Superman. They choose not to intervene, and they watch Superman defeat the cyborg. How does he do that? Just stay tuned for next issue, kids. After the battle, Hal contemplates using his ring to bring Coast City back. Stay tuned for 3 weeks, kids. Suddenly, he sees Carol arrive at the city's outskirts. They're both glad to see each other alive. She then tells Hal that Green Arrow and Tom have been kidnapped, and it's her fault. All right, so
Pie Face and Arrowback.
Oh, and should we just say Mongol, one of Ray's favorite characters?
Oh,
Oh.
well, he gets the smackdown put on him, Ray. Deservedly so.
What the F? Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
Yeah, this says this issue is reprinted partially, the first 17 pages, in the 1993 Superman, The Return of Superman, and in its entirety in the 2016 The Return of Superman.
Cool.
Yes, and again, yes, this takes place concurrently with Superman 82, which we'll get to next. The destruction of Coast City took place in Superman 80. That's kind of weird because it's like, Coast City was such a big part of Hal's life, and they nuke it in a Superman comic, and they at least couldn't even do it in Hal's comic.
His book, yeah. Part of me feels like, since I was reading it at the time, it felt like they were blaming the character for the low sales.
Yeah.
And it was, the
writing.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know. Were they just like, oh, we've run out of stuff to do? Because I swear that's like kind of what they said why they killed Barry Allen off in Crisis. Mm-hmm. They were just like, oh yeah, he's so boring, and there's nothing more we can do with him. It's like, so let's make Wally West the Flash.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to this. Here's some trivia. At the time of publication, Green Lantern 46 was an unsolicited Reign of the Supermen tie-in issue. As such, it quickly sold out at retail outlets and became one of the more highly sought reorder issues of 1993.
Wow, I did not realize that. That's cool.
It's so funny. They're probably, right now they're probably planning on killing Hal off, and it's like, hey, look, this issue, this one was sold out. They're like, reorder and all this. So yeah, so again, is it a last minute thing? Because they said it was like they really didn't solicit it much as a Reign of the Supermen tie-in.
Yeah, I guess they had already, by the time this issue came out, I guess the Diamond, the previous catalog for 48, maybe even for 49 would have already been solicited, I guess. Because it's 2 months in advance, right?
Yeah. Wonder what it said, or wonder if it was just like, classified. Like they didn't anymore. Yeah.
Who knows? It's been a long time. I don't even. Wow. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, 27 years, remember?
27, yeah. No, I can't. I forgot because I'm senile. Thank you.
You have any thoughts, Archie Bunker?
No, meathead.
Proclamations from the throne.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I thought it was good action. I liked reading this and then reading the kind of the other side of it. And
the Superman. Yeah. It kind of stuck out to me how much writing there was in this issue. Hal's in a fight, and yet he has this really long monologue, running while he's fighting Mongol.
Yeah, but but isn't that in character, at least for when Gerard Jones is writing them? Because remember when he was fighting Guy?
Yeah.
It's just like, take it, roll with it.
Yeah. Totally.
And do you think that's like a thing too? Because like he was just afraid of, having just like silent pages or,
I don't know. It's because it's so different. I don't know. I feel like, there's, if you look at what I call kind of the Claremont school, there's a lot of text, per issue. But that kind of really changed. I think Image changed that a lot, to showcase more of the art.
Yeah.
And I think writers started to adapt to lean more on the story, so that let the art tell the story, and the text becomes additive at that point. So
and And is that another reason where it's like, remember where they used to do thought balloons? Now it's I don't know if it started here when they do the thoughts. It's like in a text box instead of like a thought bubble.
Actually, so I took a lettering class a while back to learn how to letter.
Mhm.
I mean, I can do it, but I'm not a letterer. So I know the process, and I can do something that's passable, but it's not really lettering, because lettering is about graphic design and doing some really cool stuff. But I kind of think what led to I was talking with the teacher, Dave Sharp, who letters a tremendous amount of books every month for DC, at least he did. One of the things that they couldn't really replicate with digital lettering, so we're on the we're not quite there yet, like early 2000s, I think, is when digital lettering took off, and early 90s or late 90s was in digital coloring, maybe. I'm not sure on those dates, but one of the things that he thought really contributed to the fall of those word balloons is that it's really difficult to get Illustrator to do those type of balloons, whereas the normal, speech bubbles or speech balloons, those work. You can do those really well, in Illustrator. So that may have been one of the reasons, but I thought it was pretty interesting, because you're right. We switched over to captions. You kind of got that internal stuff.
Hold on, all the way. Go back.
It just seems like it's that way. It's like never in like the middle of the panel. It's always like the top or bottom or something.
Yeah. I mean, and it could be too. I mean, you had some really, really influential books, come out, the late 80s. You look at like Batman Year One. I don't know if there were thought bubbles.
Yeah, I think it wasn't it?
I think it was captions. I think that style kind of just took over.
Yeah. All right, so should we get to Superman 82? Superman 82, coincidentally enough, one of Matt Kona's picks when he did his I Love Raw with Ray.
It was. It was. I think I kind of explained in the episode that it was not really the issue itself, but more like I really had a fondness for the storyline, and this is where it kind of all culminated, or it all built up. But
That was just a really nice package.
Now,
I'm not trying to backpedal, but
Yeah, no.
It's been so long since I actually read Death of Superman, Revenge of the Superman, and Return of Superman. But the identity...
Reign of the Superman.
Reign of the Superman, sorry.
Make it rain, Superman. Yeah.
Was it really a big mystery who Cyborg Superman was? Because it was supposedly this really big reveal in this issue, of who he was, because he built up to it and then it got interrupted and then they did it again.
Yeah, I know. It was like a few issues before this. Yeah, they went through his whole origin, which I guess for some people it was just because, again, he was a disembodied consciousness in like a little pod when he left. And again, some people might have started reading with Death of Superman or, The Reign, so you might not have been familiar with that story. If you had never read that before, it's like, oh, hey, this is what happened, Because Cyborg and the Eradicator, they had been, in previous stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John Henry Irons was new, and then Superboy had just been like cloned.
Now, this came out as a newsstand edition with the normal cover, but then it also came out with a metallic cover or
I don't think, was it
a foil cover, maybe?
Yeah, it might have been foil. It
looks metallic with foil.
Yeah, it's some kind of like shiny. I remember I got this shiny one.
I think I did too.
That's right. I feel old. I read this when it came out new.
Me too.
All right, so Superman 82, also from October 1993, back for good. Isn't it always good when you come back from the dead?
Yeah, it depends on which horror universe you're living in.
No, true. Writer and penciler Dan Jurgens. Inker Brett Breeding, colorist Glenn Whitmore, letterers John Costanza, editors Frank Pitteris and Mike Carlin. So yes, as a comic book writer, Will, can you imagine doing the writing and penciling?
Oh God, no! I can't even draw stick figures. I do want to say that as much as I like Jerry Ordway's Superman, Dan Jurgens' Superman kind of just defines this era of Superman, at least for me. Kind of in my mind.
Me too. I don't know if that's because I've read so much Dan Jurgens Superman, but yeah. There's a few from the 90s. Yeah, I just, anytime I even hear their name, I'm like, oh yeah, that's 90s Superman. Yeah, Dan Jurgens and
or John Bogdanove. I like his Superman too, but I mean, there's something about Jurgens' Superman that just kind of sums up the era. I mean, it just that's what I think of when I think of 90s Superman.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait till he gets electric.
Yep.
All right. The Eradicator and Superboy show up to see that the engine of Engine City has been shut down. As Hal Jordan contends with Mongol using Steel's hammer, Superman presses on to contend with Cyborg, who reveals himself to Superman as being Hank Henshaw. Supergirl and a weakened Steel and ruined armor offer assistance part of the way until Steel causes the machinery of Engine... It says Steel, but it's Cyborg. The machinery of Engine City to come alive and capture them, also manipulating what's left of Steel's armor to try strangling him. Superboy uses his tactile telekinesis to break the armor Cyborg has control of, while Eradicator tries to reason with Superman about being on the same side, also telling him how he was brought back from the dead. Soon they meet Cyborg at the power core of the city, which is being powered by kryptonite. Cyborg breaks the protective casing and exposes Superman to its radiation. Superman seals off the doors to prevent the radiation from spreading elsewhere, then tries to use a gun on Cyborg, which the evil imposter causes to explode. The Eradicator blasts Cyborg with energy bursts along with Superman from another powerful weapon until it causes his jaw to shatter. Cyborg rips off a pipe spewing kryptonite radiation and aims it at Superman. Eradicator shields Superman from the burst, but it ends up passing through his body, striking Superman. Hal Jordan appears, finished with his battle with Mongol, and uses a protective bubble to enter the power core room with Steel, Superboy, and Supergirl, as the room is filled with kryptonite radiation. Superman now emerges from behind Cyborg, taking his cape back and striking the Cyborg with a powerful blow that goes through his body, revealing that the kryptonite passing through the Eradicator's body had changed and now restored all of his powers. For now, Superman now shakes Cyborg apart until he is all in pieces, with no sign of him being anywhere in the city. With Superman's Kryptonian bodysuit now in tatters, Supergirl refashions it into his normal Superman uniform, and he flies back to Metropolis while the other heroes remain in Engine City to take care of things. Superman now feels glad that he is alive again. Whew.
He feels glad. So they really have to type that part in, I think.
But yeah, the Eradicator changes the kryptonite radiation to give Superman his powers back. But like, I don't know if he like starts absorbing solar power like way too much, because like a couple months from now, like Superman just like his powers start going out of control. He starts like fall. He looks like the Hulk at the end, like the end of the process.
Yeah, does he have to leave the planet or something?
Yeah, I think doesn't he? And is it somebody from Cadmus? Yeah, they go up to some satellite in orbit. Yeah, to try and help him get rid of his extra power. Around the same time, all the clones start getting sick, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Lex Luthor's son isn't Lex Luthor's son. It's actually Lex Luthor in a clone body."
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
This one was reprinted in that same trade as the other one. Oh, Superman navigation number. This in 1993. This was number 30 of the triangle numbers.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Triangle numbers. Hey, when you have 4 Superman books a month, man. I like.
You got to know what order to read them in.
Yeah, I told you exactly what order to read them in.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah, if you see,
it really was the never-ending story, because you would have, Superman, Man of Steel, Adventures of Superman, and Action Comics, and then on the skip weeks you would have Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Was that it?
Yeah,
quarterly book.
I think that started in '95, but yeah.
So you had every week 52 issues of Superman a year,
Every
pretty much.
I mean, the business was booming. Yeah, Superman book every week.
And they pretty much did the same thing, I think, with Batman too, didn't they?
Yeah, because I mean, there's Batman Detective. They did Legends of the Dark Knight. That was mostly like flashback stuff. But then,
Shadow of the Bat.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember the Shadow of the Bats.
But again, those two, and then over at Marvel, Spider-Man was doing that. Amazing Web of Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Mans.
And there were probably 2 X books a week when you get right down to it.
At least 2 a month. Yeah. You think? Well, there was 2 different. Yeah, there's X-Men and Uncanny X-Men, X-Force, X-Factor.
Wolverine, the separate.
Wolverine was a book coming out. Cable, yeah. Deadpool.
I think he had miniseries until '98, but yeah.
And Wolverine was always in Marvel Comics Presents too.
Yeah.
And you had X-Men Unlimited every quarter.
Yeah.
And then they always do, like, every so often they threw a miniseries at you.
There was a really, not to take us further off topic, but there was a really good documentary on YouTube about the Claremont era of X-Men. Have you guys seen that?
I have seen it.
I was meaning to watch that because I saw it was on one of the whatever platform that's on in there. I was like, I'm gonna watch this, but I haven't watched it.
It's really, really good. I was impressed.
Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe for the long holiday weekend, maybe I'll probably sit down and watch it at some point.
It's well done.
Yeah. But don't worry, kids. The Cyborg will return in Superman Doomsday Hunter Prey #1. Hey, when he comes back, he even grows the mullet too.
The 90s.
Yeah. Long flowing Superman hair.
All right. So any other thoughts on this? Or I mean, we kind of covered half of it in the first issue.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt Conan. This is your Desert Island book. What did you think?
That's right. Come on.
I would say go listen to Ray's podcast where I talk about. No, I don't know. I mean, the kind of peripheral characters don't really have a ton to do, but I thought it was. I liked the Cyborg going into Steel's armor thing, and it reminded me very much of like Freddy Krueger,
Oh yeah,
in some ways, but
popping out of the water, man.
But yeah, dude is evil, and I didn't.
That's right.
I wasn't familiar with the whole astronaut storyline and what the guy's name was and everything, but yeah, really holding a grudge.
This kind of, I guess it crystallized something for me rereading it. Green Lantern was, this entire run of his, it's been kind of really underpowered, I mean, Mongol's just Mongol. Green Lantern ring is, gonna eat his lunch, no matter if he's yellow or not.
I mean, like for some reason, I think they felt like they had to tone down the power levels after Crisis, because like even Superman wasn't juggling planets after Crisis.
Yeah.
When Wally West became Flash,
Wasn't as flat. Yeah, he wasn't as fast.
He had to work up. I mean, I think the day he became Flash, his top speed was like the speed of sound or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, and at this point, with Wade on the Flash, he's slowly but steadily powering him up. Making him much, much faster. And introducing the Speed Force and all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, we're not at crazy Grant Morrison power levels of the Ring yet, but we're not even close, actually. So, it's one of those things that stood out. When you look at what's happening in the latest Green Lantern series and the Grant Morrison series, about what somebody could do with a ring.
And remember, kids, last time when Lilith and I talked to Mark Waid, I probably said it before, but remember, kids, he said Batman is the fictional character who's had the most stories written about him in human history.
I love Batman. I love Batman.
I know.
It's okay, right? We know.
Yeah, so yeah, Batman's had more stories written about him than any other character ever.
It's a load of mate.
All right, so Superman's back from the dead. All right, it's decision time. Where do we go next? Green Lantern 47 or Superman 83?
Do you want to go Superman 83 just so we can end with a little bit more Green Lantern, since that's the star of the podcast subject matter? I don't know.
Look at this Matt Kona using logic.
I'm just thinking.
Nice. For what it's worth, I totally agree with Matt. Excellent choice.
Thank you.
Not just the pretty face.
You're just saying that because you read it in that order.
Exactly.
Will's like, you're a genius because you agreed with me.
Exactly.
Boy, what an ego.
I read it in the order that Phil read it, but I figured we might as well.
Let's go with the ego maniac.
I
That's
am
right.
odd.
They're not even trying to enter our offices. That is the most screwed up
Enter our offices.
any series ever. Thank you, Star Blast.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
Oh, hey, but yeah, so let's go to Superman 83. Not only does Hal Jordan appear, but Guy Gardner.
That's right.
All right.
And he's kind of sassy, isn't he?
That's right.
Talking to Aquaman.
So Superman 83, November 1993. Again, writer penciler Dan Jurgens, inker Joe Rubinstein, colorist Bob LaRose, letterer John Costanza, and editors Mike Carlin and Frank Pitteris. Title On the Edge. Oh Lord. Okay, this opening scene cannot get more 90s than this. Imagine mullet Superman flies in, and in Gotham City, Superman awaits for Batman to arrive so they can go clean up the remains of Engine City. Batman simply blows off Superman. Oh, it doesn't even say who Batman is. Yeah, because it's Jean Paul Valley. It's Azrael. It's not even
It's as bad.
Yeah.
full head covering because Superman's like, man, does that voice should have X-ray vision that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, mullet Superman talking to Asbats. Oh my God, can you get more 90s?
That's peak 90s. That is so peak 90s.
So yeah, Batman blows off Superman. Team Luthor is also on its way to Engine City to observe its alien technology. Actually, Luthor just wants to figure out where to find or how to make kryptonite. Any kind of information in the Engine's computer. In Metropolis, Lois and Jimmy are talking about Morgan Edge's scandalous new book, while Vincent Edge, his father, gives Cat Grant a lecture on morality for her actions when it came to his son. Superman flies out west and along the way gives a bouquet of flowers to his mother, who is giving Jonathan a lecture on good dieting. Yes, because his father had a heart attack after he died. Luthor arrives at Engine City only to see that the Justice League have already beaten him there. Luthor states his reasons for saving Engine City technology and because its properties could be toxic to the ocean life. But Hal Jordan doesn't want to hear it. Aquaman arrives and agrees he doesn't want it dumped in the ocean. While the heroes argue, Luthor slips inside the city. Suddenly, parts of the dead city start to explode. Superman, with his X-ray vision, sees a handful of remaining war worlders blowing apart what's left of the city, making it fall like a house of cards. Unable to keep it from falling in the ocean, the ring-bearing heroes detoxify the parts of the city. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, and Alan Scott, and we get Jade.
And Jade, yeah.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll get some Jade here probably in about a year, kids. While the others get the remaining aliens out. Luthor is still inside, almost in possession of a formula for kryptonite when Supergirl takes him out of the crumbling city. Before they leave, Superman builds a memorial spire as a reminder for the heroes of the tragedy of Coast City. And the next morning in Metropolis, Clark asks Jimmy if the offer to be his roommate is still open. Jimmy is thrilled to have Clark as his roommate that he cranks some Van Halen to celebrate.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I hear a puppy. But that's not the question.
I was going to say, I think Dakota's body is making strange sounds.
It's a very whiny dog that just went out an hour and a half ago and needs some attention. I don't know.
Does Coast City still happen in whatever timeline we're in now?
I don't know, because after New 52, I'd say no, but they seem to be winding back a lot of. They seem to kind of be quietly getting rid of a lot of New 52. So I forget what story it is, but I swear someone mentioned Gotham getting hit by the earthquake. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Hey, that's a big crossover.
Oh yeah, that was a huge crossover.
No Man's Land.
Mm-hmm.
That was gigantic too. I mean, we're talking. We went on for like a year and has
all the Bat books. Yeah.
All the ancillary Bat books too. I mean,
oh yeah, everything. Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Azrael.
I was reading a lot of those too. I really enjoyed Catwoman of this era.
Yeah, and I every time we talk about No Man's Land, I have to apologize publicly because I thought this is the stupidest story ever. The government would never abandon a city.
Oh,
I'm so naive.
William Detroit would like to have a word with you.
And New Orleans, and I'm sure this goes on.
It's about to be Katrina Part 2.
Yeah.
So I formally apologize and offer my humble apologies to all of the writers and editors of No Man's Land. I was a big dumb poo-poo head.
But yeah, that No Man's Land was huge crossover.
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ray's favorite character. Who's that?
Oh, what?
I love Batman.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, wait, who's Ray's favorite character?
Batman.
All right, what did everyone think of this issue?
Well, I'm not bringing it to a desert island, but I thought Iron Man. Thought that Aquaman's timing was pretty good or pretty funny. Just sort of pops out as soon as they talk about something getting dumped into the water.
He was probably sitting down there for hours just waiting for them to show
waiting
up.
for that point.
Yeah. I liked that it was Superman reconnecting with a lot of the heroes that were kind of holding it down to fill the void in his absence prior to that.
Yeah. And it kind of struck me too about how kind of disconnected from issue to issue the Superman books were, because it continued into the next issue of a different title.
Yeah.
So you were literally like four issues of stuff had happened since the last issue that you read of the issue that the title that you're in.
Exactly.
Which is, I mean, it's an interesting way to go back and read it these days. I mean, the triangle numbers made it great back then if you were buying all the books, but if you weren't buying all the books, then you didn't know what was going on.
I was going to say, you look at the triangle number, you're like, wait a minute. I was going to say, does it say a triangle number here? I don't know if it does. But, I thought it was weird because it's like nobody knows that's the original Lex Luthor yet. So why are there like people calling him like scum and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe they think he's trying to take advantage of Engine City, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, we know Hal's not in a good place, but
yeah.
Parallax. Sure. Well, yeah, the whole city got destroyed. Yeah. Oh my God! Can you imagine? Yeah, at the beginning of 46, Hal comes flying in, sees that Coast City's been destroyed. Parallax is just like, oh yes, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go.
But yeah, back to the Aquaman thing. Yeah, I think Aquaman was sitting in the water for hours rehearsing his speech, Matt Kona. So yes, he was sitting down there, a man with a porpoise.
Hey-o.
Oh, that was such a great build-up. Bravo. Bravo.
Crap. If I'd waited like 5 seconds more, Will would have did a spit take. You were about to.
The podcast
Very
should just end. It should just end right there, just like a French movie, Finn, and that's it.
Thin.
Oh. All right, so should we get to the last one?
Oh yeah.
And it is the last one for a decade.
Oh yeah, of the regular, yeah.
Yeah. Of Hal.
Yeah, crap gets real next. 3 weeks. We get the 4 good kids.
Yeah.
We're here already. All right, so last one tonight, Green Lantern 47 from November 93. Writer Gerard, the last regular issue of Green Lantern by Gerard Jones.
Uh-huh.
Penciler Scott Collins, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Anthony Tullen, letterer Albert de Guzman, and building Eddie Berganza. Yeah. This is the last regular issue by Jones. I'm trying to remember, was he at least co-writer or something on those last couple mosaics? Maybe.
I think on mosaics, yes, and according to I was reading the letters page for this one. He was still on Justice League Europe for.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much longer. I mean, I wasn't reading that book, so I don't know for sure. But
because I was going to say, he's already off Guy Gardner. I think it's a China. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's.
So for our purposes, that's this and maybe a little mosaic next week, and that's the last. That's all she wrote for Gerard Jones in this podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we're on to Ron Mars, who I probably didn't appreciate how good a job he did at the time because, they turned my second favorite hero into a murderous psychopath. But that's beside the point, right?
Oh, I believe if she's still up for it, I believe Lil said she wants to join us when we do the fridging episode, Will.
Yeah.
All right. But
there's that is a very obvious criticism of that run, yes.
Yeah. All right. So I was getting disappointed. We had too good of synopses this week. So all right, Green Lantern 47. This is now back together again. Green Lantern and Green Arrow team up to take on the intergalactic mercenary Flicker and discover the mystery behind Carol Ferris's connection to the Crosswinds Corporation. Boom.
That's it.
Yeah. I can't even tell you what that connection is, kids. Oh yeah, so isn't this like the last appearance of Flicker?
Yeah, I don't know that he's ever appeared again.
Oh man, he was a colorful character, that's for sure.
You see,
literally.
looks like a fancy pants Ghost Rider or something. Human Torch.
Yeah, like Ghost Rider crossed with Speedball. Maybe.
Is he the yin to Darkhawk's yang?
He's like the yin to Scarecrow's teenage son's yang.
The yin to Darkhawk's yang.
It looks like a cross between like the Human Torch and Ghost Rider tried out for some Shakespearean play or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's see if they mention anything. What issue is this? Oh no, he must show up in a Justice League something or other.
Now, if I remember right, the artist was Scott Collins on this one. Is that right? And he would go on to work with Jeff Johns on the Flash.
K-O-L-I-N-S. Yeah.
He would work with Jeff Johns on the Flash for a pretty long run, I believe, right?
Yeah. Oh hey, no, Flicker makes 3 more appearances after this in Justice League America 112 and 113. And his final appearance, I guess, Green Lantern Volume 4, number 12.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that's
What if he goes out with a bang or with the Flicker?
That is Rebirth. Wow, I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Number 12, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Coda, I don't think Will heard it. Say it again. What did Flicker do?
I said, I wonder if in that issue, if he goes out with a bang or with a flicker.
Nice.
But yeah, we get some Seattle Green Arrow. Flicker. So was this the attempt to like tie some of this stuff up real quick, like the Crosswinds Corporation?
Yeah, and I think it was kind of planned. I mean, it seems like Jones was kind of building up to this because he had placed the those subplots in the previous issues, and then it really felt like he was building up to a new kind of status quo for Hal, come number 50.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was building up to what happened actually in 48, 49, and 50. They just used a lot of the things he set up, I think, to go a different direction.
Yeah, especially the last page of this. That's what makes me wonder if the Emerald Twilight was like a change of plans at the last minute, but yeah, spoilers, kids. So I'm guessing they make it look like it's Carol's father, but I guess it's her mother using robots of her father.
Because that's what you do, right? You make robots of deceased people.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. I mean, I could see him planning this out, but I wonder if it was like more spread out. Maybe it would have went all the way to 50 originally.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And when I build robots of deceased loved ones, I make sure that they can breathe fire.
I'm build a robot at the deceased loved one. Why not? Halitosis. Oh, and the yellow missiles.
Yeah.
If you just buy all yellow weaponry, aren't people going to just go look at you and go, "Oh, Green Lantern, huh?"
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, come on. And when does it stop being yellow and start being a different color so that the ring can affect it, or is it kind of this gradient? There's a lot of things I don't understand there.
I know that yellow never made sense. I'm glad we're cut. Once we get that's going after Emerald Twilight. Thank God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could just see Hal picking up some dirt, trying to like dirty up the missiles. Be like,
they're not yellow anymore. Got them.
And then we get Olivia Reynolds back.
Yeah. And get a little bit of a cat fight.
Oh yeah.
It didn't make much sense at all, but
you know what, Will? So I'm wondering how far along they planned Emerald Twilight and everything, because you got a 0 hour ad in this issue.
That's true.
Unless it was going to be someone different behind the whole thing.
That's possible too. Yeah, we don't really know.
Unless they pulled an Armageddon 2001 and be like, wait a minute, everyone figured it out. Change course.
Change course. Someone totally nonsensical. There we go. Choose him.
You found out Captain Atom? Ha! No, we'll give you someone else. Who is it?
Hank Hall.
Hawk? That just seemed like they picked the name out of the hat. Oh. So they wrapped that all up, and as Olivia's driving away, look, her broken toys.
Sinestro sliced off the toy of Hal Jordan's head.
Yeah, the Hal Jordan head came off, and it's like, what on earth could have caused that? You got that creepy Sinestro toy just staring at him. And we never saw that toy again.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. So what was the original plot? Was Sinestro in that action figure?
I don't know. I think the original plot and I couldn't find any of those. I need to look again for those interviews that Jones, I think, did. Yeah. But I think the plot was that Hal was going to go off on his own and just be kind of, a free agent out there, and then there was going to be a new a new status quo with the Green Lanterns and all that. But
Was he gonna have a ring or anything? Or?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for him to have, maybe he was in the battery. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So let's keep count because we did it the last 2 weeks. All right. So issue 46 and 82, Superman 82 kind of took place at the same time, but then we got Superman 83, and then this issue, all without charging that ring.
That's right. He bumped a charge at the end of Trinity.
Yes.
So DC Universe Trinity number 2, he bumped a charge and came back.
That's what I'm saying. So all the reign of the Supermen, that thing at Engine City and Superman 83, and then this whole thing. Yeah, no charge needed.
Well, wasn't the Coast City stuff, that was like 2 weeks after Green Lantern 46, Superman 82, right?
I don't know, was it? So maybe
I think-
he bumped another charge or something.
Yeah, you
Maybe.
think there was some off-panel charge action going on?
Maybe.
Kind of had to be, because that didn't happen like within 24 hours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And then he shows up with power next week in Mosaic. And then in spoilers, when we get to 48, he has a charge for most of 48.
Yeah.
Pulling off some massive construct.
Yeah.
Because yes, next in Green Lantern 48.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did you read the next issue box?
Yeah.
yes.
The really charged next issue box. Okay, you know how hard and expensive it is to find the first issues of the Doomsday Saga in the Superman books, and similarly in the beginning of Nightfall in the Batman books? Well, we're giving you fair warning here. Reserve Green Lantern 48 now! ! Because Emerald Twilight is about to begin in just 60 days. And it says, that's right, we're skipping a month to properly set the stage for our passage into darkness. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we decided to change direction the last time.
Well, and it makes total sense from, I guess, DC's editorial, because replacing characters was the hot thing to do. I mean, it worked for Superman, it worked for Batman. Let's do it for Green Lantern. And I would argue that, treatment of Hal Jordan aside, that it probably, ultimately worked for Green Lantern. I mean, with Kyle Rayner, you got a lot of new readers in, and there was not the encumbrance of all the history of the Corps and the, all those cosmic connections. It became a much different book. It became, a kind of a standard superhero book. And there's nothing wrong with a standard superhero book. But I know at the time I missed, and of course I missed it while Jones was writing it. I missed that cosmic aspect to it that, we never really seemed to get, while he was on the book for 4 years.
Again, like I said, we'll try to make some Quasar comparisons once we get to Kyle Rayner.
Mm-hmm.
So here, as Hal tries to bring back Coast City and his parents back from the dead, all your illusions of Hal and the Guardians will be shattered forever, or at least a decade. We've been hinting enough about it. So really unexpected as the countdown to our very special 50th issue commences. Special, Will.
Very special. It's a very special episode of Blossom.
Blossom tears down an intergalactic police force. Then she she guest hosts Jeopardy. All right. Anything else?
No, I mean, I like the way that they made the cover. It was like an old school. They shared a book at one point. I mean, it made it look like a co-title. I thought that was cool.
Man, look at that pretty boy hair Hal has. All right, so next week, we got 6 books. Guy Gardner, 11 through 14. I think that's Guy Gardner year 1 with new writer Chuck Dixon. And of course, we're going to tie up Green Lantern Mosaic 16 through 18.
Cool. What happens after?
Well, in 2 weeks, Will, I'm glad you asked. We'll be doing Guy Gardner 15 through 17, and Justice League of America 83 ties into that. I know that's what you're waiting for.
Yes, exactly.
And then in 3 weeks, there's a little thing called Emerald Twilight.
So 48 through 50 in 3 weeks. Hard to believe we've made it this far.
3 weeks. Countdown begins. To Will's re-breaking Will's heart.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with it now because hey, we got Rebirth.
Because
I got Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp for 2 years. I'm good.
we're gonna have some fun between now and Rebirth. Come on.
Oh yeah. I mean, and there's some good issues of Kyle.
Oh yeah.
There was a reason the book sold. I mean, they're good, solid issues, and the art's great. Derek Robertson is a really, really good artist.
Oh yeah, and I even threw in some stuff he appeared in, like what is it, like the first 4 issues of JLA by Grant Morrison. I think I threw in he appears in an issue of Aquaman. So.
Oh, cool.
And another Superman. Sometime after 100. So.
Who? Superman?
Character. He is senile. We just talked about him 20 minutes ago. Come on.
That's right.
All right, kids. So. By the sleepy Kona on the wall, I know it's time to go. All right, kids. So yes, share your thoughts for the next 3 weeks and beyond. But yes, Emerald Twilight is fast. Emerald. Oh, in 3 weeks, our friends will be able to read about this on DC Universe Infinite and send us feedback. So get on the stick, Russell. Email us @gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join our Facebook fan group, The Book of Oa. Find links to this YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Find links to our Patreon. Please, please, please go subscribe. Links to our merchandise. Links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And Matthew Kona, where can people talk to you about child rearing and dog rearing? And
no dog rearing, but
Steven Weber.
You can find me talking with Steven Weber at Matt Kona or at my tour guide MMA BDT. But that's where I am.
It's for you, Will.
When he gives me his bone, the yin to Darkhawk's yang.
Nice.
See you later, bunkies.
All right, Will Allred, master of the quantum, master of 4, lover of how. Where can people find you and all your works?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably Instagram. I think I'm not sure, but also you can find Crossover Division. This is Crossover Division, which just sent out surveys for number 2, so we'll be getting it printed shortly, and there'll be a number 3 coming down the pipe not too long after that. So crossoverdivision.com. You can also find Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. It's pretty cool trade paperback. And then, of course, all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
I'll put it in my navel.
Hey, boys, you look at the party. I love the party.
5 inches, maybe.
All right,
Hope
kids.
it's going somewhere nice.
Hey-o. Thanks for joining us again in 1 week. Guy Gardner, 11 through 14. Greenlander Mosaic, 16 through 18. Then 15 through 17 of Guy Gardner in 2 weeks. One with the Justice League of America 83. And then in 3 weeks, I don't know.
Some Green Lantern something or another.
Some story you may never have heard of. Yes.
Yeah.
40 through 50. And the first appearance of someone sitting on a beach.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Join us next time. And remember, keep it super.